I switched into a major at UMass Amherst called Building and Construction Technology, and that program has a strong focus on sustainability. Sustainability is kind of my calling and my passion. It's kind of like I have carbon lenses on when I'm going into my project assistant duties, and it's always in the back of my mind. My name is Anna Biondo. I am a project assistant at Chapman, and I also completed a sustainability internship with Chapman last summer. My internship was a lot of days spent with John Hyde, collaborating and sharing our love and passion for this work.
My name is John Hyde. I'm the Senior Sustainability Manager with Chapman Construction. Chapman Construction is a construction manager, and we focus on sustainable construction projects and reducing the impact of our buildings on the climate.
We do have an interest in embodied carbon where we're both passionate about that as a rising theme in construction.
Embodied carbon results from burning of fossil fuels. Compactors or saws or drills, all those things run off of energy. The total of those emissions is called embodied carbon or upfront carbon. So it's the upfront carbon that is generated by the building of a building versus the operational carbon emissions that happen after the building's built. So we started to really look down the supply chain to try to figure out, where our materials coming from, what are the emissions associated with mining those products, manufacturing them, and then shipping to the job site, and then also what is the amount of energy it takes to actually build the building.
EPDs are environmental product declarations, and that is what I would call a nutrition label for a building product. And EPDs look at the declared unit, so that allows you to compare, say a square foot of carpet to a square foot of tile. Ensure that we're making apples to apples comparisons of different materials.
We take those EPDs and we go through the building, develop a carbon footprint for each component of the building. That's what you can see here in this list. We broke it up into parameters, and you can see structural concrete is one of the largest emitters for this project. We've got 52,000 kilograms of CO2e. So what that information does is it tells us which pieces of the building are the most carbon intensive, and we can then focus on them and find ways to reduce them.
So you can take all of this data that you've gathered, starting with your EPDs and then going all the way into your carbon assessments, just to really convey where the carbon intensities lie.
Every project we build, we have to make many decisions about which materials to use. You can decide, do I want to use a metal stud or a wood stud? If you're using a metal stud, you've used a lot of energy to be able to manufacture that stud by using a wood stud. You harvest that wood and then you build a wall with it. And so you're basically storing the carbon that was sequestered out of the atmosphere in the building.
When people ask me how work is, I just started at Chapman full-time a month ago, my first answer is fun. Chapman has a great team. Everyone wants to help you, move along, move forward, find what you're passionate about. For me, it's embodied carbon, and I kind of grew into this role over that summer as Captain Carbon, which some people at Chapman now will call me that, and I think it's really sweet because it's just followed me kind of throughout my journey. When I started my first internship, I listened to this Denzel Washington speech, and it's all about failure and how failure is okay. The title is Fall Forward. You want to fall forward into whatever it is that kind of calls to you and excites you, and so I think that's important. Continue to look at what's in front of you and what's to come. I think that you'll go far and you'll do well. For people like myself who are just entering the industry, I think that we care about our future and we want to, play a role in making sure that the future is comfortable, equitable, healthy, all of those things.